Now, here's your Storm Tracker weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire.
Well, yeah, that's right. Here we are in the middle of the weekend. The weather's actually pretty nice out there. In fact, a little on the hot side, but let me show you how it started today. This is a picture from Misty Dahl-Jenkins. You can see there was a lot of smoke from the fires in the sky, but had that gorgeous red sunrise today. Misty sent that in to us. Thanks, Misty, for doing that. And I like this shot. This comes to us from Rick Gibson. Kind of gives us some ground proof. This is over there in Hardin today, and you'll notice that 4:08, he says, it was 102 degrees at the Little Horn State Bank. So, yeah, it was a toasty one out there as well. Now, here's the way things are shaping up in Billings right now. Actually, it's a pretty nice night. A few clouds out there. It's 83 degrees still with partly cloudy skies. North wind at 13 miles per hour. Humidity is about 18%. That's just downright crunchy, but that's why it feels 80 degrees instead of 83 right now. Now, our high temp today topped out at, look at that, 101 degrees. The old record was 100, set back in 1950. So today was one for the records. We put that into the record book. Here's your normal high, 79. We just blew the doors off that. Record low was 31 back in 1962. And when it comes to precipitation, nothing new to add to the total. So we're starting to fall farther and farther behind for the month of September, but we're still ahead of normal for the year. In fact, if we have no more precipitation the rest of the year, we will still finish out this year as an above normal year for precipitation. So yeah, it's been another wet one so far. Meanwhile, take a look at this. Our current temps, 60s and 70s out in the west. 70s across the High Line right now, 74 at Havre, Glasgow 70, 76 in Miles City, Billings. We're at 83 right now, 61 at Sheridan. But you'll notice these are reported highs for the day. And look at all the 90s around here. 101 at Billings. You can see over in the west into the 80s and 90s out there. Bozeman, Livingston, both got into the 90s today. Not records. Well, Bozeman set a new record at 96. Livingston did not. It was 99 in Sheridan. Their old record was 101. And you'll notice no precipitation. And this was our thunderstorm outlook for Wednesday. We had a little bit of a chance for some showers across the High Line. Even those have moved on. But tomorrow we could see some spotty thunder showers again towards the southwestern corner of the state. New batch of moisture is moving in from the southwest. Right now tonight, though, it's not here. We'll have to move a little bit farther away to show you where that stuff's at. Big ridge of high pressure over the central plains. The center of the high is actually in Texas. And what we're seeing is the moisture streaming around the edge of that high pressure dome, moving into the Great Basin area. It's forecast to push its way in towards southwestern Montana tomorrow. So at the surface, here's the way to look. We had the nice warm front move through today. That cooked us up into the hundreds in many cases. Now tomorrow, here comes your moisture moving in from Nevada. You'll see cold air push down through our region, so we'll actually cool down a little bit tomorrow. And then by the time Thursday night gets here, here comes a low pressure cell, more moisture moving in, wrapping around that low, and eventually by Friday morning, all that stuff starts moving into Montana. By tomorrow evening, or I should say Friday evening, we're seeing showers and thunderstorms pushing through the central part of the state and look for some heavier rainfall. By the time the weekend is done, maybe about a half an inch to maybe 1 1/4 inches up by Glasgow. So looking for kind of a wet weekend for us. Meantime, temps tonight will cool down to the 40s and 50s out west, back to the 50s and 60s back here in the east with mostly clear skies from one side of Montana to the other tomorrow. Back to the 80s, some low 90s, maybe 95 at Hardin one more time in the far west into the 80s and 90s out there. But for Billings tonight, we cool down to 60 degrees with mostly clear skies. Then for tomorrow, back up to 91. 82 on Friday with a good chance for rain showers moving in that evening. Saturday, just a slight chance for rain in 75. But once we hit those 70s, we keep them all the way through the middle part of next week. And look at that, slight chance for rain each day, Friday, right on through Wednesday. Let's go back to Russ.